Force yourself to do it. There's a fundamental truth that many people ignore. Waiting for the perfect moment will keep you waiting forever. If you only act when you feel motivated or energized, you'll spend most of your life watching opportunities slip through your fingers. Real winners in life don't rely on fleeting emotions. They understand that success requires doing what needs to be done, whether they feel like it or not. You need to force yourself to take that first step, even when every fiber of your being screams for comfort. Think about this: when you command your body to move forward despite your doubts, you're training your mind to follow your will, not your excuses. That is power. That is control. And that is how greatness is built. Fear and doubt thrive in inaction. But the moment you push through, those negative voices start to fade. You gain clarity, confidence, and momentum. Suddenly, the task that seemed impossible becomes manageable simply because you chose action over hesitation. Every time you force yourself to finish that workout, complete that project, or make that difficult call, you're shaping a stronger version of yourself. Success isn't one big leap. It's a series of small decisions where you consistently choose action over excuses. Life operates on the principle of cause and effect. If you plant seeds of discipline, focus, and effort, the harvest will always come. Force yourself to plant those seeds, even when it's uncomfortable. The results may not be immediate, but they will come. Remember, nobody will hand you success. You must claim it through effort, through discipline, and by constantly pushing yourself beyond what feels easy. Force yourself to do what matters today, because that's how you shape a future you're proud of. Now go. Take that first step. Not tomorrow, not next week, right now. Force yourself to win. Success is built on action, not motivation. One of the greatest misconceptions about success is the belief that it requires constant motivation. People often wait for that surge of energy, inspiration, or excitement to take action. They believe that once they feel ready, everything will magically fall into place. But here's the truth: if you only act when you feel motivated, you will accomplish very little in life. Motivation is fleeting. It's like a fire that burns brightly for a moment and then fades. Some days you wake up full of energy and determination. Other days you feel tired, uninspired, or overwhelmed. Waiting for the perfect mood or the right spark to ignite your action is a recipe for stagnation. This is why discipline is more powerful than motivation. Discipline is what keeps you moving forward, even when your energy is low or your enthusiasm has disappeared. Successful people understand this fundamental principle. They act regardless of how they feel. They don't negotiate with their emotions when it's time to get things done. Imagine an athlete preparing for a competition. You think they only train when they feel motivated. No, they show up day after day, rain or shine, whether they're excited or not. That unwavering commitment is what sets them apart from those who never reach their potential. It's the same with your goals, dreams, and responsibilities. Whether it's a career objective, a fitness challenge, or a personal project, success requires showing up consistently and putting in the work even when you'd rather not. Motivation may start the journey, but only discipline keeps you going until you cross the finish line. The truth is, the most successful individuals didn't wake up every morning brimming with enthusiasm. What made them different was their ability to take action even when it was uncomfortable or inconvenient. They developed a habit of pushing through their reluctance and focusing on what needed to be done, regardless of how they felt at the moment. This brings us to the idea that action itself often creates motivation. Think about a time when you didn't feel like exercising, but you forced yourself to put on your workout clothes and go for a run anyway. Within minutes, your mood probably shifted, and by the time you finished, you felt energized and accomplished. That's because movement and progress fuel motivation. The simple act of starting creates momentum. The key is to reframe your thinking. Instead of waiting for the right mood, ask yourself, what can I do right now? Even if it's a small step, taking action immediately sets the wheels in motion. Over time, you'll discover that motivation becomes less important as you build a habit of disciplined action. Ultimately, success is built on a foundation of consistent effort, not occasional bursts of inspiration. It's about choosing to do what needs to be done, even when you don't want to. When you cultivate this mindset, you gain a sense of control over your life. You become the type of person who follows through on commitments, who faces challenges head-on, and who achieves meaningful results. The most successful individuals are not those who are constantly motivated. They are the ones who have mastered the art of taking action regardless of their feelings. That is where real success begins. So don't wait for the perfect moment. It doesn't exist. Force yourself to act and watch how your consistent efforts lead you to the success you seek. Your mind is a command center. Your mind is the most powerful tool you possess. It serves as the command center for every decision you make, every action you take, and ultimately every outcome you experience in life. But here's the thing: if you don't take control of your mind, it will be controlled by external influences, fleeting emotions, and old patterns that don't serve your growth. When you wake up in the morning, your mind is immediately bombarded with choices. Should you hit the snooze button or get up? Should you scroll through social media or begin your day with intention? Should you pursue your goals today or let another day slip by? These decisions may seem small, but they set the tone for your entire day, and over time, they determine the course of your life. The key to taking control of your life is taking control of your mind. And that starts with understanding that your mind will not always cooperate willingly. In fact, it's wired to seek comfort, avoid pain, and conserve energy. This is a survival mechanism that served humans well in ancient times, but in the modern world, it can hold you back from reaching your full potential. Imagine you set a goal to exercise every morning. On day one, you're motivated and excited, and getting out of bed is easy. But by day 3, your body is sore, and your mind starts whispering excuses. You deserve to rest. One day off won't hurt. It's too cold outside. These thoughts are your mind's way of pulling you back into comfort. Here's the truth: your mind is like a wild horse. If you let it roam freely, it will wander wherever it pleases, often in directions that don't align with your goals. But if you take the reins, you can direct it with precision and purpose. That requires discipline, intention, and the willingness to force yourself to act even when your mind resists. One of the most powerful ways to train your mind is through self-command. This means giving yourself a clear directive and following through without negotiation. For example, if you decide to wake up at 5:30 a.m., you don't entertain the idea of staying in bed. You get up, no questions asked. If you commit to completing a project by the end of the day, you don't let distractions pull you away. You stay focused until the task is done. Each time you follow through on a command you give yourself, you strengthen your ability to control your mind. You build trust in yourself. And this trust is crucial because it creates momentum. When you know that you can rely on yourself to take action, no matter the circumstances, your confidence grows. You become unstoppable. Another key aspect of mastering your mind is understanding the power of thoughts. What you think influences how you feel, and how you feel determines how you act. If you constantly tell yourself, "This is too hard, I'm not good enough, or I'll never succeed," your actions will reflect those beliefs. But when you choose empowering thoughts, "I am capable, I will figure this out, and I have what it takes," your actions will align with success. This doesn't mean ignoring challenges or pretending everything is easy. It means acknowledging the obstacles and choosing thoughts that help you overcome them. You can reprogram your mind by consciously feeding it positive, empowering beliefs, and taking consistent action to reinforce those beliefs. The mind is also deeply influenced by the company you keep and the content you consume. Surround yourself with people who challenge and uplift you. Seek out information that fuels your growth rather than content that breeds negativity or complacency. Protect your mental environment as fiercely as you protect your physical space. Taking control of your mind is about becoming the commander of your own life. It's about refusing to let external circumstances, negative thoughts, or temporary emotions dictate your destiny. You have the power to choose your thoughts, your actions, and your outcomes. Every time you force yourself to act despite doubt, hesitation, or discomfort, you are strengthening your command over your mind. And that control is the foundation for achieving anything you desire. Remember, your mind is a command center, but only if you take the responsibility to lead it. Embrace discomfort to unlock growth. Comfort is one of the most enticing traps life has to offer. As human beings, we are naturally drawn to what's easy, familiar, and convenient. But comfort is not where growth happens. Growth lies in discomfort, challenges, and pushing beyond your limits. If you want to achieve something extraordinary in life, you must be willing to embrace discomfort and force yourself to do what others avoid. Think about this for a moment. Every time you've grown, developed a new skill, or achieved a meaningful goal, there was some level of discomfort involved. Learning to ride a bike, for example, came with scraped knees and wobbly attempts. Starting a new job required facing uncertainty and a steep learning curve. Pursuing fitness goals meant pushing through sore muscles and exhaustion. Growth always demands that you step outside of what is comfortable. The problem is that many people never reach their potential because they avoid discomfort at all costs. They stick to routines that feel safe, even when those routines lead to mediocrity. They choose entertainment over education, comfort food over healthy meals, and procrastination over productivity. But here's the truth. The life you want is just beyond your current comfort zone. What if, instead of fearing discomfort, you saw it as a signal of progress? What if every time you faced resistance, you recognized it as a sign that you're on the right path? This mindset shift can transform your approach to challenges and setbacks. Let's take exercise as an example. When you push your muscles to their limit, they tear slightly. This sounds bad, but it's actually how muscles grow stronger. The body repairs those tears and builds the muscle back bigger and more resilient than before. The same principle applies to your mind, your career, and every area of your life. When you face challenges and push through them, you become mentally, emotionally, and physically stronger. To embrace discomfort, you must train yourself to resist the urge to quit when things get hard. This doesn't happen overnight. It's a gradual process that starts with small, intentional steps. Let's say you're trying to build the habit of waking up early. On the first few mornings, your body will beg you to stay in bed. But if you force yourself to get up and move, you'll start to build resilience. Eventually, what was once uncomfortable becomes second nature. The same applies to difficult conversations, new projects, or learning a skill that initially feels frustrating. When you choose to stick with it despite the discomfort, you develop a grit that will serve you in every area of life. Another important aspect of embracing discomfort is changing how you talk to yourself. Often, when people encounter a challenge, their inner voice starts whispering doubts. This is too hard. You're not good enough. Or just quit and try again later. These thoughts are natural, but they are also roadblocks. You need to replace them with a more empowering narrative. This is hard, but I can handle it. Every step I take makes me stronger, and I'm capable of figuring this out. It's also helpful to focus on the long-term rewards rather than the short-term discomfort. When you're tempted to give up, remind yourself why you started. Think about the future version of yourself who will thank you for pushing through. Picture the results you'll achieve and how proud you'll feel when you've accomplished your goal. Remember that discomfort is temporary, but the benefits of growth are lasting. The pain of a difficult workout fades, but the strength you build stays with you. The awkwardness of a new skill diminishes, but the confidence you gain remains. The stress of a challenging project passes, but the knowledge and experience you acquire become invaluable. One of the best questions you can ask yourself when facing discomfort is, who am I becoming by doing this? If the answer is a stronger, more resilient, and more capable version of yourself, then it's worth every moment of struggle. So, the next time you encounter discomfort, don't shy away from it. Lean into it. Use it as a tool to sharpen your character and build the life you want. Growth requires you to be uncomfortable. Embrace it and watch how your life transforms. The discipline of action over motivation. Motivation is often celebrated as the driving force behind success. We are constantly told to find our motivation or stay inspired, but here's the reality: motivation is fleeting. It comes and goes, and if you rely solely on it to take action, you will find yourself stuck more often than not. The real secret to achieving anything worthwhile in life is not motivation but discipline. Discipline is the unwavering commitment to do what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like it. Let's take a closer look at why this distinction matters. Imagine you have a big goal, maybe it's starting your own business, writing a book, or getting into the best shape of your life. At the beginning of your journey, you're likely filled with motivation. You're excited, you feel unstoppable, and you can't wait to dive in. But as the days and weeks pass, the initial spark begins to fade. Challenges arise, progress feels slow, and suddenly the things that once seemed exciting now feel like a burden. This is where most people give up. They wait for the motivation to return, and when it doesn't, their dreams slip through their fingers. Discipline, on the other hand, doesn't rely on how you feel in the moment. Discipline is about showing up consistently, regardless of your emotional state. It's about making a promise to yourself and keeping it, no matter how hard or inconvenient it may be. While motivation may get you started, discipline is what keeps you going. One of the reasons discipline is so powerful is that it creates momentum. Momentum is the energy that builds when you take action, even when you don't feel like it. For example, let's say you don't feel like working out one day. You're tired, unmotivated, and tempted to skip it. But you force yourself to put on your workout clothes and start moving. Within minutes, your energy begins to shift. By the end of the workout, you feel accomplished, and that sense of achievement fuels your desire to keep going. This is momentum, and it's born out of action, not motivation. Another critical aspect of discipline is that it strengthens your self-trust. Every time you follow through on a commitment to yourself, you're sending a message to your subconscious mind: I can rely on myself. This builds confidence and a sense of inner strength that carries over into every area of your life. On the other hand, every time you break a promise to yourself, you weaken that trust. You begin to doubt your own abilities and create a pattern of procrastination and avoidance. Discipline ensures that you stay aligned with your goals, even when doubt or fear tries to creep in. To cultivate discipline, it's essential to remove emotions from the equation. This doesn't mean suppressing how you feel, it means not letting your feelings dictate your actions. For example, you may not feel like waking up early, but if you've committed to doing so, you get up anyway. You may not feel like tackling a challenging task, but you do it anyway. Discipline is about focusing on the what and the why instead of the how you feel. One powerful strategy for building discipline is creating systems and routines. When you have a clear plan in place, you eliminate the need to make decisions in the moment, which reduces the chances of giving in to excuses. For instance, if your goal is to write a book, set a specific time each day to write, no matter what. If your goal is to improve your fitness, lay out your workout clothes the night before and commit to exercising at the same time every day. These small, consistent actions compound over time and lead to remarkable results. Don't underestimate the power of visualization. Take time each day to picture yourself achieving your goals. Imagine what it will feel like to cross the finish line, accomplish what you set out to do, and experience the rewards of your hard work. Visualization helps keep your why at the forefront of your mind and reinforces the discipline needed to stay the course. While motivation is a great starting point, it's unreliable. Discipline, on the other hand, is a habit that you can build and strengthen over time. It's about taking action regardless of how you feel, creating systems that support your goals, and staying focused on your long-term vision. Discipline is the bridge between where you are now and where you want to be. It's not always easy, but it's always worth it. Force yourself to take action day after day, and you'll discover that the life you want is not just possible, it's inevitable. Build an unstoppable mindset through consistent action. The most powerful tool you possess is your mind. It shapes your perception of the world, determines your actions, and ultimately defines your success or failure. But here's the truth many people overlook. Your mind doesn't become strong and resilient on its own. You must train it just as you would a muscle. And the best way to do that is through consistent action, especially when it's uncomfortable or challenging. Building an unstoppable mindset begins with understanding that your thoughts are powerful, but they are not enough on their own. Positive thinking is important, but without action, it leads nowhere. You can tell yourself you want to be fit, successful, or financially free, but unless you're willing to take consistent steps toward those goals, they will remain dreams. Action is the key that unlocks your potential. Why is action so crucial for mental strength? Because every time you take action, especially when it's difficult, you are reinforcing a belief in your mind: I am capable. I can handle this. On the other hand, every time you procrastinate or avoid a challenge, you reinforce the opposite belief: this is too hard. I can't do it. Your brain keeps track of these patterns, and over time, they become your default mindset. You think about this: the most successful and mentally tough people in the world aren't immune to doubt or fear. They face the same internal battles as everyone else. The difference is that they have trained themselves to act in spite of those feelings. They don't wait for the perfect moment or the ideal circumstances. They take action consistently, and that builds a mindset of resilience and determination. One of the best ways to build an unstoppable mindset is to start small. Too often, people get overwhelmed by the magnitude of their goals and end up doing nothing. But success is not about taking massive leaps all the time. It's about taking small, consistent steps. If you want to run a marathon, you don't start by running 26 miles on day one. You start by running a single mile, and you build from there. The same principle applies to every goal you have. Break it down into manageable actions and commit to doing them consistently. Another critical aspect of building mental strength through action is learning how to handle setbacks. Let's be clear: failure is not the opposite of success. It's part of the journey. There will be days when things don't go as planned. You might face rejection, make mistakes, or feel like you're moving backward. But these moments are where your mindset is truly tested. When setbacks occur, you have two choices. You can either let them defeat you, or you can use them as fuel to push harder. The key is to reframe failure as feedback. Ask yourself: what can I learn from this? How can I improve? Every setback is an opportunity to grow stronger and smarter. The more you practice this mindset, the more resilient you become. One powerful strategy for staying consistent is to eliminate decision fatigue. Decision fatigue occurs when you waste mental energy on trivial choices, which can drain your willpower and make it harder to stay disciplined. For example, instead of deciding each morning whether you'll work out, schedule it into your day as a non-negotiable appointment. Instead of debating what healthy meals to prepare, plan your meals for the week in advance. By reducing the number of decisions you need to make, you free up mental space to focus on taking action toward your goals. Another crucial element of building an unstoppable mindset is visualization. Elite athletes, successful entrepreneurs, and high performers across all fields use visualization to prime their minds for success. Before taking action, close your eyes and vividly imagine yourself succeeding. Picture yourself completing that workout, delivering that presentation, or achieving that goal. This mental rehearsal helps build confidence and reinforces the belief that you are capable of achieving your dreams. But visualization alone is not enough. It must be paired with deliberate action. Visualization without action is merely daydreaming. You must be willing to do the hard work to turn those mental images into reality. Accountability is also a game changer when it comes to staying consistent. Find someone who will hold you to your commitments: a friend, mentor, accountability partner. Share your goals with them and check in regularly. Knowing that someone else is invested in your success can provide the extra push you need to stay on track. One of the most important lessons in building an unstoppable mindset is this: discomfort is your friend. Most people avoid discomfort at all costs, but the truth is that growth only happens when you step outside your comfort zone. The more you expose yourself to challenges, the more resilient you become. Over time, what once seemed intimidating becomes second nature. Here's a practical exercise to embrace discomfort. Identify one thing you've been avoiding because it's uncomfortable or challenging. It could be having a difficult conversation, starting a new project, or pushing yourself in a workout. Commit to doing that thing today, regardless of how you feel. Notice how you feel afterward. You may be surprised to find that the discomfort fades, but the sense of accomplishment stays with you. Consistency doesn't mean perfection. There will be days when you fall short or miss a step. That's okay. What matters is getting back on track as quickly as possible. Don't let a single slip-up derail your progress. Remember, success is not about never falling, it's about getting up every time you do. Building an unstoppable mindset requires consistent action. It's about training yourself to act even when you don't feel like it, reframing setbacks as opportunities for growth, and embracing discomfort as a catalyst for strength. The more you practice these principles, the more resilient and determined you will become. Force yourself to take action every day, and you'll discover that there are no limits to what you can achieve. Your mind is your most powerful tool. Train it well, and it will lead you to a life of success and fulfillment.